Let's begin our look at sports on the NBA hardwood, where the league's draft went down Thursday night in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. The New York Knicks, without a pick, made a huge splash the day before the draft. More on that later. And the host Nets came away with a couple of nice draft choices in GM Sean Marks' first draft and rebuild of the franchise. The Nets dealt Thaddeus Young early Thursday to Indiana for the draft rights to the number 20 pick. That pick became Michigan's Karis LeVert, who may have been the best dressed on draft night, sporting a Michigan yellow and navy two-tone colored suit. Nice. LeVert is coming off foot surgery, and that's the only reason why his stock was down. The Nets weren't done making moves either. In the second round, they swapped picks after drafting North Carolina's Marcus Paige and came away with Brooklyn native Isaiah Whitehead. Paige went to the Utah Jazz, while Whitehead, a star at Seton Hall that led the Pirates to the Big East championship, is bound for the Big Apple. The top three picks in the draft are as follows. LSU power forward Ben Simmons, as expected, went number 1 to Philadelphia. Duke small forward Brandon Ingram went second to the LA Lakers, and small forward Jaylen Brown of California went third to Boston. The biggest deal of draft night belonged to Oklahoma City, which dealt defensive stalwart Serge Ibaka and players to Orlando for a package that includes rising guard Victor Oladipo. While that move was the biggest from Thursday night, the pre-draft buzz Wednesday belonged to the New York Knicks, who acquired oft-injured and former MVP Derrick Rose from Chicago for center Robin Lopez and guards Jose Calderon and Jaren Grant. They also received Justin Holiday and a 2017 second-round pick in the deal. I would say low risk for the most part, high reward for the Knicks, especially if Rose can be even 75% of the point guard he once was. Knicks president Phil Jackson informed Rose that the franchise would pursue OKC star Kevin Durant in free agency, but the draft night deal for the Thunder should be enough to keep Durant in OKC. The Knicks are also rumored players for big men Dwight Howard, Joakim Noah, and Pau Gasol. I would expect Noah, a New York native and former Bulls teammate of Rose, to be the top target of that group. The Knicks may also look to veteran Kevin Martin, most recently of San Antonio, to fill their shooting guard needs. Here in the Bronx, basketball is flourishing at Orchard Beach. The Hoops in the Sun Round Ball Classic, celebrating 17 years of community hoops, kick-started their season in early June and always takes a lot of pride in the action on Father's Day, thanks to their late founder, Pops Cruz. Here's more with his sons, Joe Jr. and Randy. Friends for so long, it's hard to believe that it's been 17 years of Hoops in the Sun, but it has been. I mean, you guys have been able to keep this rolling year after year in memory of your father. What is it like to celebrate year number 17?
It's great. My dad passed away back in 2004, and my brother and I contemplated on continuing the league, and I think we were in league year 8 or 7 by that time, and just providing a strategic and competitive division and league for so long, and just give it back to the community. And the fans are here every weekend.
I think my dad would be proud, man. I think we've grown in this situation. We've been at the helm for almost 12 years since his passing, and I think that we've been able to really execute our dream and really add more games and more teams to our youth division. We added a 19U division. We still able to maintain our girls division and also prominent our men's division. So he'll be proud. I don't think he can handle it the way we are, and I say that with all due respect, but I know that his legacy lives within my brother and I.
The vision now moving forward for the tournament in the next 20 years.
The vision is for us moving forward is to rebuild these courts and put new basketball sanctions. We would like to take these courts over here and also build upon that and eventually become an AAU program, also my dad's name, and also continue to strive in opening my own rec center in his name and kind of really continue to live on my dad's legacy with his name and his efforts here at Orchard Beach.
Congrats to Hits on 17 seasons in the Bronx. For more on the league, visit hoopsinthesun.net. On the baseball diamond, the New York Mets had plenty to celebrate Wednesday, taking 2 from the reigning champion Kansas City Royals in consecutive days in a World Series rematch. The Amazons won the opener 2-1 and followed that with a 4-3 come-from-behind victory Wednesday afternoon that included a huge day for shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera and the first home run of Matt Reynolds' career. Here's more.
A little surprised, but I believe in my ability, and I believe that I can play almost any position on the field. And I went out there, and I didn't really have too many plays that tested me today, but I felt very comfortable.
Offensive troubles, but you guys show that you can grind out another win today.
Yeah, I mean, this is a long season. We gotta up and down, and we gotta keep doing what we're doing. I know the last few weeks we done doing really well, but we gotta forget about it. We gotta keep working hard and try to get the win.
The Mets were trying to make it 3 straight Thursday in their series opener in Atlanta with the Braves, but Adonis Garcia hit a go-ahead 2-run homer off Addison Reed in the 8th inning that propelled the Braves to a 4-3 win. Atlanta has beaten the Mets 4 times since sweeping them at Citi Field last weekend. That series continues this weekend in Atlanta. On a side note, expect the Mets to be the one team to sign former shortstop star Jose Reyes. Reyes, recently released from Colorado following an arrest for assaulting his wife in Hawaii, will become a free agent Saturday. The Mets seem to view Reyes as a possible utility player who could play short, second, and third. Could be rejoining the Mets very soon. The Yankees had an off day Thursday, but we got a chance to catch up with the club on Tuesday against the Rockies. The Bombers dropped that game 8-4, but vowed to wrap the series on a strong note Wednesday. First, here's more from Tuesday night. This is Bobby C. at Yankee Stadium, where the New York Yankees opened up a 9-game homestand on Tuesday night against the Colorado Rockies, and the Rockies lineup continued to show its prowess against the Bronx Bombers. Yankee starter Ivan Nova took the loss in an 8-4 defeat. We talked to him after the game about an early struggle in the first inning.
It's not what you want to do for sure, but you got to keep your head up and keep working. This is not the first time that I go through a stretch like that, and you just got to find a way to get through this, and hopefully next start is the start of something good for me.
Yankees veteran Carlos Beltran talked about the team's struggles with trying to get back to 500.
We have been able to put good stretches, and when we feel that we're about to continue to play well, all of a sudden we fall back. So, but you know what? We need to continue to fight. That's the attitude here. And try to make it to 500 and above that.
Rockies leadoff hitter Charlie Blackmon paced the lineup. He had 2 home runs on the night, including a leadoff home run against Nova in the first.
When you come out and you have to work that hard to get through the first 3 outs, I think it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game that it's not going to be easy and you're not going to get any easy outs. So I think doing that early, especially first game of a series, can go a long way.
All-star Carlos Gonzalez said the Yankees just bring out the best in the Rockies.
You see all the championships around and all the great players that represent the organization. It's just it gives you a little boost. So it's good. It's good to put good numbers, obviously against any team. But whenever things work for you, you take it. The Bombers did show signs of life Wednesday afternoon, performing as the Mets did in come-from-behind fashion in a back-and-forth affair that started with a Chase Headley grand slam and Colorado running off 8 straight runs. The Yankees had the final say behind a 3-run homer from Carlos Beltran and a walk-off home run from Starlin Castro in the 9th. The Yanks won 9-8 and will now wrap the weekend with 3 against the Minnesota Twins. Starting tonight is Mickey Mantle Triple Crown bobblehead night at the stadium. The Pinstripers are also expecting first baseman Mark Teixeira back from injury on Saturday. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The NHL draft begins tonight. Coverage can be seen on NBCSN at 7 p.m. Rounds 2 through 7 are Saturday. Rumors have the New York Islanders possibly moving a pick to bolster their roster, while most reports indicate that the New York Rangers won't discount players to pull off any deals. The Broadway Blue Shirts did deal Keith Yondel's rights to Florida. He then signed with the Panthers to a reported 7-year deal. In soccer, the Copa America Championship is Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It will feature Argentina and Chile at 8 p.m. The third-place game will take place Saturday in Glendale, Arizona, where the USA will face Colombia at 8 p.m. In the MLS, NYCFC is now 5-5 and third in the East behind Philadelphia and the Red Bulls, respectively. The Red Bulls are 7-8. NYCFC has Seattle next, while the Red Bulls will face Columbus next. Both road games are set for Saturday night. New York City gets underway at 5 p.m. The Red Bulls will start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On the WNBA hardwood, New York native Tina Charles has been electric. The standout has the Liberty atop the East standings at 9-4. First place New York will host Chicago tonight and Phoenix on Sunday. On the links, Dustin Johnson, not my pick of Phil Mickelson, is your U.S. Open winner. Those are the headlines from one failed prediction to one successful one that I am very proud of. Let's hit the C-list. The
LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers brought home the NBA championship Sunday night in arguably the greatest Game 7 ever. In the process, James delivered on his vow to bring the NBA crown to his home state. The King was named MVP in the stunning and thrilling 93-89 final over the defending champion Golden State Warriors, who edged the Cavs in last year's finals. Cleveland was without injured stars Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving last year, but this year the duo along with James was enough to stage the first ever down 3-1 come from behind series victor. No team had ever rebounded from a 3-1 deficit in the NBA Finals, and by doing so, the Cavs ended a 52-year major sports championship drought in Cleveland, and more importantly, rung my prediction true. And come to think about it, that's all the motivation that LeBron really needed. You're welcome, Cleveland. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.